Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Got another EDC knife video for you. And today I thought I'd do a comparison video between the Civivi Elementum and the WE Banter. Now, I got both of these about, in the same time frame. I really wanted both. In fact, I just happened across this version of the Elementum, and it was a complete impulse buy. I bought it. I didn't worry about if I had the extra money for it or anything. I just bought it when I saw it. The WE Banter, man, I was waiting for that since way back beginning of the year, and I saw videos from SHOT Show, Blade Show, whatever, at the beginning of the year, and people showed it. Then a couple of people had like prototype videos. I waited for this thing, I kept checking, waiting. I was planning on buying it. Finally, it came available, and I snagged it up. But yeah, I wanted to see a comparison video after I got these, and there weren't any. And I suggested it several times on different YouTube channels, Instagram accounts, Facebook groups, and nobody seemed interested in it. They kind of shot down. The most common instant response was, "Well, the Elementum's a lot bigger. There's no comparison." Well, yeah, it is a little bigger, but there's a lot of similarities between these two knives. And first one being, if you live under a rock and don't know, Civivi is WE's budget brand, budget line. So essentially it's the same company, should be the same materials, same factory, same manufacturing process. So I think they're close. When it comes to picking a knife to carry for the day, these are always in contention to be carried. And when it comes down to one or the other, it's very hard. It's hard to choose for me. So if I had to choose right now, keep this one over this one or this one over this one, I honestly don't know. I'd probably have to close my eyes and just pick one, because I like both of them. So yeah, I thought we'd do a comparison video. The Elementum versus the Banter, and we'll go over several different categories. But first, let's do some simple basic specs. And the Elementum, the overall length is 6.99, blade length is 2.96, handle length is 4.03, blade stock is 0.10, blade width, this dimension, is 0.875. It has CPM S35VN steel, the black stonewash finish, which I really like. It's holding up great. Honestly, the blades on these look like they haven't been used. I've used the crap out of these. In person, I can see some marks. It's hard to see and get the lighting right on these black blades, but yeah, that's held up great. It's a hollow grind. That's a slicey blade. On the Banter, you got overall length 6.50. So overall length, the Elementum is almost half an inch bigger. But we get to the blade comparisons, you'll see there's not that much difference. Blade width, this dimension again is 1 inch, a little taller than the Elementum. Blade thickness on this is also 0.10. Same black stonewash finish. I really like it on these. This is a hollow grind. Pretty slicey. This is classified as a spear point. This is classified as a drop point. Both excellent blades, both excellent slicers, but handle length and Banter is 3.625. Handle thickness is 0.45. The Elementum does have stainless steel liners, both sides, which are milled out. The Banter has stainless steel liner, lock bar on the lock side, and on the show side's just a slab. A G10 is no liner, so that's the difference. They're both on bearings, but move on, just a couple size comparisons here. Two. Let's do the Ontario Rat Model 2. And you can see the Rat 2 is very, very close to the Elementum in overall length and blade and everything. A little bigger than the Banter. Let's do Para 3 Lightweight. Now, the Para 3 Lightweight, the handle is longer than either one. Blade length's about very close. So, Banter's just a little smaller. So that's it for size comparisons. Well, I do have the Elementum with the D2 stonewash and the copper scales. There's differences. I did a video a while back with this one, a D2 G10 version, and this one. And there's differences between all three different versions, but they're slight. So let's get down to comparisons here. First category be looks, aesthetics, design. Oh man, and this is subjective, category. It's personal preference and all that, but I like the looks of both of these. This one, the Elementum comes in many different colors. They come in D2 steel, scales, different scales, copper, brass, micarta now, I think, carbon fiber, wood. You can get several different combinations of materials, colors, and yeah, but the Banter comes in two flavors. This all black one, and you got blue with a satin blade with black studs. This has blue studs. Yeah, man, I like both of them. I like the black stonewash finish on both of these. They're holding up excellent. I mean, like I said, I've used these a ton. I've carried them a ton. It's holding up. I can see a few snail trails, or whatever you want to call it, scuffs. It's hard to, it doesn't show on camera, but very, very slight wear on the coating. I love the looks of that. This, I really like the color combination. I didn't know how I'd like the natural G10, but this is a nice shade with the black. I love it. And you just gotta love an all blacked out, murdered out knife, no matter what size it is. Man, I don't know. I really don't know which one I like better. So, as far as looks and aesthetics, for me, it's a tie. I can take either one. It wouldn't bother me which one it was. I like the looks of both of them. Second category is blade and materials. So the blade, they're both CPM S35 VN steel, premium steel. I haven't done anything to them. They are just as sharp as they came out of the box. I may have stropped them. I stropped them just a little bit. I know I have, but that's it. They haven't touched a ceramic rod, a stone, or anything. And let me tell you, do I got anything to slice? I mean, they are just as sharp as they came out of the box. Rest of the materials, both G10. I like the natural G10. It's pretty smooth. There's not a lot of texturing. It's definitely not over grippy. And the same for the Banter. Might be just a little bit more. What can I say? Basically the same company. Like I said, Civivi's the budget line of WE, so they're probably made in the same factory, the same materials. This, man, I don't know. Both got deep carry pocket clips, which we'll get more into that. And blade and materials, the only difference is this is a hollow grind. This is a flat grind. It's a taller blade. I feel this is slightly more slicier than this, especially like through cardboard. I hate to have another tie, so under blade and materials, I think I'm gonna go with the Elementum just because it's a hollow grind. It's so much slicier. Yeah, this is just edging this out, only because I like the hollow grind on this better than the flat grind. So I'll give blade and materials to the Elementum. Now, moving on to Ergos. Again, Ergos is kind of subjective. It all depends on the person's hand, how it feels. Sip of coffee. How big your hand is. I wear extra large size gloves, so I got fairly big hands. And the Elementum in my hand fits good. I get 4 fingers on it. My thumb falls right on the jimping, jimping's fairly good on this. It grips. It's not overly aggressive. You can choke up a little bit in this spot. Pocket clip, I know it's there. I can feel it. I can feel this part, but it doesn't bother me, and I'm kind of a baby when it comes to pocket clips digging in the palm of my hand, but this doesn't bother me. Fits nice. Feels good in hand. My finger, I feel like I wrap around it a little more, but got good grip, good purchase on it. Like I said, you can choke up a little bit. Blade's now over long. You can do this. Ergos on the Banter for being, overall half an inch smaller are just excellent also. Yeah, feels really good in hand. My thumb falls above the jimping. I have to back up. Jimping's only, a little section I don't know if it can show up on the screen, but chipping's back a little bit, which is okay. Blade, you can get right to the tip. You know, that was one of Ben Peterson's um, things. Be able to do the finger test. Um, Pocket clip is about the same as the Elementum. It might be, actually, it's a little better. Um, the handle is taller and slightly thicker. Fills my hand out better, and man, it just feels good. Get 4 fingers on it. In fact, this flat right here, that's kind of where my pinky hooks on to. Really comfortable in hand. Nothing, no hot spots on either one. Say, you know, the flipper tab on a Civivi kind of is like a finger guard, holds your finger in place. This one doesn't have it, but there's enough of a curve there to keep your finger in place. Man, Ergos for me. Man, I knew this was going to be a hard video. That's why I haven't done it early, you know, sooner. Ergos, oh my goodness. For me, man, Ergos are excellent at both. Which one feels better? Jeez. I don't know. My goodness. I'm going to say, and this is only my opinion, I'm going to say the Ergos on the Banter has a slight edge. Probably only because it's a little taller handle, a little less curvy like that one. Slightly, just very, you know, slightly thicker. And I'm going to pick the Banter for Ergos. Carry, you know, pocket clip and carry, they're both excellent. They both had deep carry pocket clips. They're both right hand carry, tip up only. The Civivi's got the, you know, normal Civivi clip, works fine. Screws are recessed. The pocket clip is not. No issues getting in the pocket. I mean, that's a deep carry. It's thin, doesn't take up much pocket real estate. Has a small flipper tab. It's not too intrusive in the pocket, but it's there. You can't feel it. There's no sharp edges or anything. Carries great. This carries awesome also. Actually has a little deeper carry pocket clip. The screws and the pocket clip are recessed. There's more room. You can see the Banter's clip is pretty much the same most of the length. The Elementum slopes up. They both carry great. There's no flipper tab on the Banter to catch on. The Banter is a little wider. Takes up a little extra room. See if I can, yeah, definitely, it's definitely not much. You can, if you carry one and then carry the other, you can tell the difference in that. Man, they both carry nice. They weigh, the Banter weighs 2.61. The Elementum weighs 2.71. So, 1/10 of an ounce difference. This is thinner. I don't know. Man, they just both carry nice. I have no problem carrying them. Although, The Banter, I think, is going to win it. Just because I've carried this a ton in my fifth pocket, watch pocket in my jeans, and it fits perfect in there. It doesn't stick up. It goes all the way in my fifth pocket. The Elementum doesn't go in all the way. It sticks up. Um, a lot of times I've carried this as a secondary knife in the fifth pocket, so that's an option. I think the Banter is going to win the carry, just because. Besides, I've used it, carrying it for a primary blade. I've carried it as a secondary blade in the fifth pocket, and yeah, Banter's going to win the carry. Deployment and action. The Banter thumb studs. I like thumb studs. You can reverse finger flick it. I'm not good at it, but you can middle finger flick it. Yeah, I like thumb studs or deployment holes. Action on this. It's smooth, man. It rockets out. Pretty drop shutty. Very light shakes. Closes it. Elementum. This one. Flipper. This one's excellent too. I like the deployment of this a lot better than the deployment of this. And closing, this is a lot smoother. Yeah, this rockets right out. Very hard to fail. You can, but you gotta be real lazy at it. Otherwise, it's great. Drop shuttiness on the Banter is a little better. Well, it just rockets out. Like I said, you can reverse finger flick it, middle finger flick it. This is just a flipper. I'm kind of bored of flippers. I don't mind it on this. I like thumb studs. You can slow roll them, and that makes such a scene when you're opening them in public, around different people. So, yeah, I'm going to give the deployment action definitely the Banter. Write that down. Last one is value, price, value. So, the Elementum, this version of the Elementum is $79.50. $80 for S35V in steel, G10 handles, deep carry pocket clip, bearing pivot. How can you complain about that? Banter is more expensive. That's $108.80 for the same materials. S35V in steel, G10 handles, deep carry pocket clip. Both have black stonewashed finish. Both are, excellent fit and finish, everything. And man, that's $30 difference, right? 80, yeah, almost $28, $29 difference. I think for the value, money you spend for what you get, it's got to go to the Elementum. So, which one came out ahead? we had 2 ties, and then it was 3-2. So they were tied for looks and aesthetics, quality, and overall fit and finish. Blade, the materials went to the Elementum just because it's a hollow grind and it's a little better slicer. Ergos slightly went to the Banter just because it fits my hand better with a little taller and thicker handle. Carry and pocket clip went to the Banter, again, only because it fits in my 5th watch pocket, and I've carried a ton as a secondary knife, and the Elementum is just a little bit too long. Yeah, so that went to the Banter. Value for the money definitely went to the Elementum. So with all that said, the winner is actually the WE Banter. Still, if I had to pick one and only one of these to have, it really could be either one. So WE Banter won the comparison, the battle here, but just to touch on something, back to the comparisons, you know, the Elementum is longer than the Banter, but the difference, how do I want to do this? The difference is really from the pivot to the cutting edge. You can see the distance here is greater than the distance here. That's about the difference. Because the cutting edge, you line them up, the cutting edge is the same. So, really the only difference in the overall length is the distance from the cutting edge to the pivot. So that's really the only difference. That's what makes the size difference. That's why both of these are just excellent little EDC knives. I like both of them, and I guess that's it. But by a slight margin, the Banter beat out the Elementum. So I guess that's it. Holy cow, this is going to be a long video. I knew it would be. But as usual, if you like this video, hit the like button. Leave a comment down below. If you have the Banter or the Elementum both, what you think of them, your opinion. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're getting close to 450 subscribers. It's amazing. I appreciate everyone that does subscribe and interacts. And I guess that's it. Till next video. Bye.